Today I'm going to give away a free t-shirt, bring you a Comic Hero Throwdown Showdown fight, bring you comics news, and reveal the books up off this week. How y'all doing? I'm Victor, and you are watching a Comic Hero show. Now kick that intro! Edition of the Comic Hero Show. I'm your host Victor Nunley, and I am the Comic Hero. The summer of superheroes continues, and on this episode, I'm paying tribute to the Man of Steel, Superman. Now, Superman was created by Jerry Siegel and Joe Shuster and made his debut in Action Comics #1 in 1938. And he set the standard for other superheroes that came later. Now, without Superman, comics probably wouldn't have survived, wouldn't have made it past World War II. Again, he just set the standard, and it wouldn't have just had, and Superman didn't just have an effect on comics. He had an effect on the media. He had an effect on action figures, lunchboxes, you know, all these other products, and then also it would have affected music as well. Now there were so many folks that have come out with different themes for Superman. Of course, the Universal theme for Superman was composed by John Williams, and then other themes, like other TV things. But just think of what the world would have been like if Superman was not created. I mean, honestly, I can't imagine it. And for all you people that despise Superman, you may want to think twice, because the comics world, again, wouldn't have been the same. It just would have had a complete ripple effect on the way we see certain things. So, yeah. Alright, it's time to give away a free t-shirt. Alright, last week's episode I asked, the Black Widow goes by another name besides Natasha Romanoff. What is it? Now, I later found out by the only two people who answered correctly that this question has more than one answer. It is not just the answer that I thought it was. Now, the answer I was really looking for was Natalia Romanova, but she's also gone by Nancy Russman and Nally Russman. Well, these two people have answered correctly, and because they've answered correctly, their names have been entered in a drawing for a free tee. And that drawing takes place right now. So the winner of the free tee for this week's episode of the show is Henry Mancia from Longview, Texas. So congratulations, Henry. You win yourself a free Comic Hero tee. Alright, here's the question for next week's episode, and this is a Superman question. Which legendary actor played the role of Toyman in a Christmas episode of Lois and Clark, The New Adventures of Superman in 1994? Alright, that's a hard question, but it's gonna be made easy with the hints. Here's the first hint. This character, or this actor rather, played Mr. Richfield on the hit TV show Dinosaurs. Alright, the second hint, and this is kind of a dead giveaway. This actor played the role of Ernest J. Fry on Amen from 1986 to 1991. Alright, here's the final hint, and this is a real dead giveaway. I'm expecting a lot of people to get this one right. This actor played the role of George Jefferson on both All in the Family and The Jeffersons. Everyone who answers correctly will be entered in the drawing for a free tee on next week's episode of the show. Alright, now Jonah McCarty from Calhoun, Louisiana has requested a Comic Hero Throwdown Showdown fight, and this one features the Armored Avenger going up against one of the most dangerous and ridiculously misunderstood character in comics. Representing Marvel, we have Iron Man. And also representing Marvel, we have Venom. These two are going to duke it out in a segment I like to call
The Comic Hero Throwdown Showdown.
Welcome to the Comic Hero Throwdown Showdown. Today, it's Iron Man versus Venom. Iron Man is a proficient scientist and engineer with genius-level intellect. With his powered armored suit, he possesses superhuman strength, speed, durability, agility, reflexes and senses, supersonic flight, energy repulsor, missile projection, and regenerative life support. Venom possesses all powers of the symbiote's first human host, Spider-Man, limited shape-shifting and camouflage, and autonomous defense capabilities. Who will win? Iron Man will play keep away from Venom. This proves to be difficult at first due to the latter inheriting Spider-Man's powers. Venom would web up Iron Man along the way, but Iron Man would easily break free. He then delivers a heavy sonic blast that causes the Venom symbiote to come off its host, Eddie Brock. Iron Man wins. But wait! Iron Man may possess genius-level intellect, but he also possesses the worst arrogance imagined. He takes his focus off the symbiote and on Brock. Big mistake. The symbiote sets his sight on the armored Avenger. Without warning, it bumps to Iron Man's suit of armor and ejects Tony Stark from the suit. It then activates the suit's lethal ammunition. Eddie Brock yells, "No! We don't kill anymore, remember?" The symbiote replies, Brock adds, "No, I mean it." The symbiote asks, Brock answers, "Yes, but nothing more." The suit of armor possessed by the symbiote ends the fight by doing just that. The Venomized suit of armor wins, and that concludes this fight on the Comic Hero Throwdown Showdown. Thank you, Jonah McCarty, for that fight. I hope y'all enjoyed it. And if you have a request you want to make, go ahead and do so. It can be a comic book character against a comic book character. It can be a video game character against a comic book character. Or it can even be a sci-fi cartoon character going up against a comic book character. As long as a comic book character is involved in the Throwdown Showdown fight, you can go ahead and request it. Although, be very careful about what you about the request you make. Nothing too over the top. Nothing that doesn't make any sense. You know what to do. All right, now it's time for Comically Speaking. So, without further ado, let's talk comics. All right, there are three things we're going to talk about in this segment of Comically Speaking, and here's the first. Now, here in Louisiana, we have just been placed under a mask mandate, and it's going to run through the rest of the month. And that's because of so many COVID cases. And if you're planning on going to GeekCon, wear a mask. And I'm saying this because I know that there are quite a few people that are going to be coming in from outside Louisiana, and I just want to let y'all know ahead of time. We're under a mask mandate, so therefore, if you have to come to GeekCon, wear a mask. Now, I know that a lot of folks are upset about this, but it's better that it's going to continue. I mean, think about it. Sometimes you have to look at the bright side of things. Yeah, sure, you have to wear a mask when going to GeekCon, but at least you still get to go. At least it's still happening. So please, sir, please, ma'am, wear a mask. I'm definitely going to wear one too. That's pretty much it. All right, now the second thing is that DC, in response to Marvel's What If animated series on Disney Plus, DC and Warner Bros. Is going to develop an Elseworlds animated series for HBO Max. I think this is going to be great. Now, one thing about it is that DC has really been kicking butt when it comes to anything animated, and this been for nearly 30 years. You have to go all the way back to Batman the Animated Series, which started it all. Of course, Batman the Animated Series. Then it was continued by Superman the Animated Series, then Justice League Unlimited, Teen Titans, the Legion of Superheroes, and also Green Lantern the Animated Series and Young Justice. And then also all the animated features that have been released directly to DVD. If DC can't really do well in terms of the big screen or live action movies, then when it comes to animated features or anything animated, they can do no wrong. And now let me explain to y'all what Elseworlds is. Elseworlds is pretty much to DC what If is to Marvel. It explores different possibilities of different characters and different storylines that we know very well. And there are a lot of them. I actually collected an Elseworlds book called Son of Superman, which is very, very good. Very good stuff. And I would like for that to be an episode of Elseworlds. Really looking forward to watching What If on Disney Plus. But I keep saying this. I keep saying this over and over. I need to subscribe to HBO Max, but now I really mean it. Definitely doing it. All right, now the third and final thing is that in the pages of Nightwing, it's I don't know where they come up with this stuff, but Nightwing, it's revealed that he has a sister. Now, Dick Grayson's been through a lot. I mean, he's been an agent of an organization called Spider before taking up the mail on Nightwing again. And then he ends up almost dying after he gets shot in the head by KG Beast. And then losing his memory, only to regain it. And now this. My only question is, where was she when their parents were killed? And this makes me want to read the book. Now, Nightwing, as Dick Grayson made his debut in the pages of Batman back in 1940. He was created by Bill Finger, Bob Kane, and Jerry Robinson. And of course, in their book, it never, when they wrote it, it never mentioned a sister. It only mentioned his parents, or their parents. And it mentioned that they fell to their deaths during a trapeze act gone wrong. And after that, I'm sorry, I just have to read this book. The last time I read an issue of Nightwing was during the New 52. Now, Al Higgins did a wonderful job writing that book, and I would like to see more. So when it comes to Nightwing, I'm all in, and I can't wait to delve into the story arc about him having a sister. All right, that's it for Comically Speaking. Now let's get to the comics I bought this week.
Comic books I bought this week.
All right, first up is Action Comics number 1033. The Amazing Spider-Man number 71. Cable number 12. Detective Comics number 1040. Fantastic Four number 34. Icon and Rocket number 1. Go Icon and Rocket Season 1 number 1. Infinite Frontier number 3. Robin number 4. Really looking forward to this book. Superman, Son of Kal-El number 1. Sword number 7. Excuse me. Teen Titans Academy number 5. The United States of Captain America number 2. Wolverine number 14. And finally, Wonder Woman number 776. Alright, that's 14, which brings the total number of comics that I bought since December of 1997 to 10,760. Alright, well, I hope y'all enjoyed this week's episode. Here's a question again for a free tee for next week's episode of the show. Which legendary actor played the role of Toyman on a Christmas episode of Lois and Clark, The New Adventures of Superman in 1994? Now, here are the hints again, and these are all dead giveaways. The first hint is that this actor played the role of Mr. Richfield on the hit 90s TV show Dinosaurs. The second hint, this actor played the role of Ernest J. Fry on the hit TV show Amen from 1986 to 1991. And then the third and final hint, this is a dead giveaway, and I'm expecting so many people to get this one right and to answer. This actor played the role of George Jefferson on both All in the Family and The Jeffersons. Everyone who answers correctly will be entered in a drawing for a free tee on next week's episode of the show. And congratulations to Henry Mancia from Longview, Texas, who won a free tee on this week's episode. Alright, now next week's episode of the show, with continuing the Summer of Superheroes, I'm going to show some love to the Fantastic Four. Next week is their 60th anniversary, and I'm really looking forward to it. You know, they're my favorite. They're one of my favorite super teams, and if y'all been if y'all been watching the show since the beginning, y'all remember in the earlier episodes, I was very, very, very upset over the fact that Marvel was going to cancel their book. And not only did they cancel their book, but they also broke up the team. But I'm so glad that Marvel had learned the ill of their ways and brought them back together. And let me tell you, they're better than ever. And love these characters, of course. There they are. And I'm going to have them back on the desk again next week. Now, on next week's episode, I'm going to wear not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 comic hero tees representing all 4 members of the FF. And, of course, they're Mr. Fantastic, the Invisible Woman, the Human Torch, and the ever-loving Blue-Eyed Thing. And, I mean, I get really excited whenever I do any episode of the show, but when the Summer of Superheroes, when I do Summer of Superheroes, there's just something about it that I really love. And yeah. And also, if you're planning on coming to GeekCon next weekend, be sure to wear a mask. Now I know that a lot of us have had enough of wearing masks, but the pandemic is still there. You know, there's still folks that are testing positive for COVID, and so we have to do our part and stop the spread by wearing a mask. I mean, it's one thing to get vaccinated, but I think wearing a mask is also effective. So wear a mask, and I know that you're probably going to be good. There's some folks that I've talked to, and they're like, well, that's no fun. Hey, you know what's really not fun? If GeekCon would have gotten canceled because of this mask mandate. So be glad that it's still happening. I am. And also, I'm going to be a vendor there. So y'all come. So don't just come out and support me, but support me, support all the other vendors, and support the guests. I mean, this is the only major con in North Louisiana, and so y'all come and wear a mask. All right, I'm Victor Nunley. I'm the Comic Hero. I'll see you next week for episode 367. So until then, be safe, be blessed, be a hero, and up